Alright, so intro the video again, like always. Roll the intro and my magical intro. Maybe it's new, I don't know. Edit. Now, on this video, I'm gonna talk about some reptiles I think is gonna blow up. Now, when I say that, I don't really put a limit on it saying it has to be a anole or a frog, or because when I say reptiles on here, I mean frogs as well, because viewers, yeah. But pretty much when we're gonna go after any of them, you know. I'm not gonna cut off a caiman from the list. I'm not gonna cut off a gecko from the list. We're gonna be pretty fair, and hell, there's most likely gonna be a monitor. I think if y'all can guess, there's gonna be it's probably on the thumbnail, to be honest with you. But yeah, let's go to the video. Blue tree monitors is what we're going to talk about in this place. Why? Well, it was on the thumbnail and I kind of hinted at it before, and so I feel like it's a good place to talk about right now. Yeah. So, pretty much, why are we talking about this monitor? Well, as you know, if it comes to me, I like reptiles that are intelligent and decently sized or small-bodied. Blue tree monitors kind of break that rule by being pretty large, being somewhere around 3-4 feet, not including tail, because that tail is pretty big, you know. They're tree monitors. They gotta have a third hand. I mean, dumb English. And they gotta have a fifth hand, essentially, to grab sticks and all that. But yeah, so they're cool. Why do I think they're gonna blow up? First off, if you know anything about reptiles or do any time at expos, if you got blue stuff on the table, people are gonna be like, oh, what's that? Blue and red, y'all. People love those colors. But that's one of the reasons, genuinely. Then on top of that, they're just a genuinely really inquisitive animal, very intelligent, and if you work with them, they are very much easy to just be worked with people. Especially if you buy a baby pair and you really just grow out with this animal. Alright, so, if you paid attention to how I said, because when I say reptiles on here, I mean frogs as well, because viewers, well, I'm doing it here, but it ain't a frog, it's a toad. So we're gonna talk about bumblebee toads. I've talked about them in a couple other videos, but why a bumblebee toad? Our small-bodied toads, as you see, do well in groups, do well by themselves, and they're with that deep black and that just real pretty bright yellow contrast and those red hands and all that makes these animals really stunning. But one of the other perks of them is that their small size allows you to do more bigger and elaborate enclosures on a cheaper cost for the animal's happiness, which makes it more accessible for more people versus just a handful of others. Like kind of with the blue trees, you know, they're pretty, they're all that, but the big cages, the big animals kind of hold a lot of people back. Since they're small, you can do more with the cage, you can have more in one cage, you can just do a lot more activities with these animals. But another thing is that they're not stupid hard to care for, and they're fairly easy to keep, and everyone loves them. Because if you know something, a lot of dart frog folks really enjoy this toad, and why wouldn't they? Everyone enjoys this toad. I love this toad, and I'm a anole guy. Yeah, but these toads are amazing. Everyone should have one. You know how to care for them and do all the responsible stuff, and can provide the proper homes and know what to do in any circumstances that you put you or your animals in. If you're liking the video, see, I would really enjoy if you subbed, liked, shared, all the good stuff, especially subbing. Yeah. Time of filming this video, it's 206 or 5. I'd like to be at 300 when it comes out, and then we'll be moving to 400 because we're to the moon. 1,000 subs, I'll do a giveaway. We'll find out what it is though. Back to the regular scheduled content of the regular video. Yeah. Now, an animal I really believe is gonna blow up would have to be chameleon geckos. Any other Iridactylus, to be honest. In my opinion, and also in my experience, because I do keep them, and looking at that female down there, it looks like I might be reproducing them soon. Well, my guess is this. Look at them, y'all. They are a small-bodied lizard, very small, native to New Caledonia, very similar care to crested geckos, which we know is a beast when it comes to the pet trade, because everyone and their mama has kept the crested gecko, either it's breeding crested geckos, has bred crested geckos, wants to breed crested geckos, or, you know, they seen them, they know what they are, they like them. Yeah, but you take all that, you remove all the awesome gene mutations, you give them a real cryptic pattern like human false chameleons. Guess what? Since they're that small, again, like how I was speaking with the Bumblebee toads, it means you can have a larger enclosure on a cheaper dollar, which means more folks can keep them and have more elaborate enclosures, which is what the pet industry is going towards. And me personally, I love the fact myself. I gave them a larger enclosure. If you watch the I built my lizards a cage videos, my first cage video, probably the only one for a little bit, because I've been dying over here and I've not been filming what I've been doing with these other cages. Everyone and their mama wants the albino night anole. And then they find out that there's basal albinos, hides, and even that the hyperxanthics, blue lines. There's a whole lot of stuff going on with these animals. But the only issue is that the animals are costing thousands of dollars, minus the blue line or wild caughts or captive bred, ranging where all those ones are about $100 to $300, where with the albinos and the axle gene mutations are going to cost a couple thousands of dollars, easily going to drop $5,000. Which, I mean, it is what it is. Over time, prices will drop and they'll be more affordable and be more welcoming to the public. So yeah, give it time. But over time, you're going to see these animals pop up more, because a lot of people who have bought the babies from prior years are going to be getting some reproduction out of these animals fairly soon, which means you're going to be selling them, and then those people are going to grow them out, and then they're going to make babies, and then their babies are going to make babies, and then they're going to be more affordable. You know, they're going to be more appropriate pricings for the average Joe, and you're going to see these animals pop up more, and the time that happens, you're going to be 12 new genes. Yep, red brown anoles. Now, as I said in the blue tree part, blue and red, y'all, people love those colors. But these animals are very interesting. Now, believe it or not, the anole guy did not start out keeping anoles. I used to keep turtles when it said flooded in my old neighborhood when I was a good old kid, around the ripe old age of 8 or something like that. Don't really remember my exact age, but I know I was young. I didn't have curly hair. But pretty much, these animals are interesting. Why is that? Because, well, I never kept a brown anole, so I'm like, how different can it be than my other anoles or my Sabanus anoles? You know, another small body anole. And it is very different, to be honest with you. These animals are very inquisitive. These are, for example, my pair is a wild-caught pair from Florida, Redline. You know, they're invasive, so don't really matter if they're taken out. Obviously, be prepared, because there are still issues with them being wild-caught, you know, all the stuff. But these animals are very inquisitive. For example, I once had the female, this happens at least once every 2 weeks, where I'll open up the cage for food, and she's gonna run out the cage and like, oh no, see, if this was a Sabanus anole or my Farius, I'd be like, oh, and I'm like, ooh, got ya. Let's go. Put you back in your cage. You all good? Here's some extra feeders. Love me. But with these guys, it's funny. So they'll hop out the cage and they're gonna see me. I'm sitting here. I'm like, okay, let me grab my super secret cup and we're gonna do this right real quick. And well, she sees me and she'll climb on my leg and run up to my leg, and I'm just like, oh, okay, cool. There, grab her, put her back in the cage. I'm like, that was easy. These guys are really fun. They're always doing their little head bops and dewlap dances and whatever else you want to call it. Fun animals, not that big, able to do them in small enclosures. Love my pair, hopefully be reproducing them, and stunning animals, as you have been seeing in this video.